I'm Kurt Kelly for Live Video Inc. and Actors Reporter. And now a special presentation of Sofya Skya's private screening of White Swan at Warner Brothers, as well as the after party at the Smokehouse in Burbank, and special clips from the American film market talking about the release of White Swan, the Russian-American film. We wish them huge success. I'm Kurt Kelly for Actors Reporter and Live Video Inc. Stick around. White Swan is the movie where Sofya Skya plays the part of Maya, a beautiful Russian ballerina. In fact, Sofya grew up as a ballerina in Russia, and her entrepreneur husband, played by Christian Slater, who is killed by the Russian mafia. Maya is then framed and persuaded by the Russian mafia to find financial documents that are worth millions of dollars. Later, Maya is imprisoned by corrupt cops who are looking for the documents. While in prison, Maya's daughter is taken hostage. It's now up to Maya to fight her way out of prison and save her daughter from her captors, while having to question her relationships with friends and newfound acquaintances. This movie is actually based on a book that was in the 80s of things that were going on with American businessmen and the Russian mafia. Now let's join the White Swan private screening with a special interview with Sofya Skya. I'm Kurt Kelly for Actors Reporter and Inside Interview with Sofya Skya, who is a star and a director of the film that we just watched here in a private screening at Warner Brothers lot of White Swan, and you really are.
Yes, I am, sir.
So you have been dancing since you were 4.
That's right.
Why did you take a movie like this that obviously has the beauty of being a ballerina? But also the martial arts that is not seen by someone of your beauty most often.
I did another action movie before this one.
Yes.
And I really enjoyed all these moves and, you know, all these faces being hit. And I really enjoy to work with any moves. So.
And you do your own stunts in these films. You don't have stunt doubles.
No, it's principle.
Do you find that difficult when you're used to dancing and all of a sudden you're kicking somebody's into another planet?
Well, it's as if Grigorovich or some, you know, big ballet master would show you moves of, you know, in between of ballet to hit. You would do that, right?
Yes.
So when they show you moves, you automatically repeat what they do. So it doesn't feel like a fight, it feels like a dance to me.
There was one scene in the film where you're jumping in midair and you do a split kick and take out 2 very big men. And that wasn't any editing or special effects, that was all you.
Well, the jump was mine.
Yes.
But of course I didn't hit anybody.
Oh, okay. It looked like it though.
It's supposed to. Yes, I did that by myself. But imagine if, since I was 4, I've been trained for like 8 hours a day to just focus on dancing and moves and, you know, all that. So it's like, it's my first professional. I'm actually.
So when you started at 4 and you went away to dance school, was this your idea, or mom and dad said, you know, you're going to be a ballerina? Who made this decision?
I love dancing, and my grandmother and my grandfather from my father's side are very artistic people.
Yes.
My grandmother played arc.
Yes.
How do you call arc?
Like a harp?
Harp.
I mean, yes,
Harp.
okay.
And she moved from St. Petersburg to Ufa, where I studied.
Yes.
And she signed a contract for 10 years to work in their theater because they had nobody playing the harp.
Yes.
And while she was there, she made a lot of friends, and some of them were from ballet world. And when I came to visit her, they saw me and they said that this girl is looking just like a ballerina. She has to do that. And I stayed there, and I loved that for a while. And they got me into a school.
Was it challenging growing up where you left normal school and you went to study ballet and you were with just women all the time, was it?
It's a different world. It wasn't just women, because there is like 7 different types of dancing we were studying. It's a it's not just ballet, it's partnering and toes and, you know, country dance.
A square dance doing ballet.
All kinds of dancings. And the school was in there as well. So we had to live there, eat there, dance there, and study there. So it's like, it's a different world. And yeah, you miss parents a lot. You miss that feel of that somebody's protecting you. You know, like you're on, you're just all of a sudden on your own. I have older brother and I have very confident and smart parents who wouldn't let me, you know, be the last kid in the class, for example. And here I am on my own. It was very interesting and tough because you have to compete with the meanest people in the world. And
who are kids. Very highly competitive.
Kids, they're the meanest.
So, as a director for this film, what was it like to work with Christian Slater?
I wasn't directing him, but I was acting with him.
Okay.
And as an actress working with Christian Slater, I should say, just very professional actor, you know. He came, he knew his line, he didn't whine about anything.
So what's next? What is the next type of role you're looking for? Because this is obviously going to do very well, and you left it open at the end. There could be a sequel.
Hopefully the next thing would be a sequel.
Okay. And this is based on real life in Russia from maybe 20 years ago.
It is.
Based on a real book.
It is based on a real book and a real story, or maybe stories.
Okay.
Into one. So.
We wish you huge success, and hopefully you'll see many awards and red carpets in your future, and we'll be there to talk to you again.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Sofya Skya. I'm Kurt Kelly for Actors Reporter and Live Video Inc., and we'll have more from the after party in just a moment. Coming up next, the after party at the Smokehouse and special footage from the American film market.
Hello, I'm Sofya Skya, and you're watching Actors Reporter. Please enjoy.
Welcome back to more coverage from the private after party at the Smokehouse of the White Swan private screening that took place on the Warner Brothers lot. And now, more from the after party. Kurt Kelly with Actors Reporter and Live Video Inc. at the after party for White Swan, a fabulous movie. And Naz Gasha is the producer of the film and helped put this all together.
So this movie brings cinematography, art, music, ballet. It's amazing.
Jeff Davis, legendary voiceover for many radio stations around the planet, and WLS in Chicago, was at the after party and had this to say.
You know, the movie was exceptional. I loved the fact that we got a chance to see something of another culture, and really in many ways how they are a lot like us, but the story is very tight script, great acting, the action sequences are amazing. The sound, as you know, I'm very much into sound.
Absolutely.
I've done sound design on 6 movies, and I just sat there in awe of the sound. It was just so good. Very, very tight sound, and
even
really
times where there was music overlapping with other music and stuff going on.
It was really, it's exceptional.
She's gorgeous.
And I think anyone who loves this genre, which is basically kind of an action, drama, would love to see this movie. It's really it's a great cast too. I mean, seriously, it's good people. We're talking some A-list people, and of course, Sofya's work is really amazing. She's beautiful and she's incredibly talented in 2 different areas. Her dancing, as you know, she's a ballerina, and
since age 4.
And she does a stellar job. And I sat there thinking, though, while I was watching these action sequences, where she's doing these various martial arts moves and incorporating it with the ballet, and it's like poetry in motion. It was just so beautiful, just a gorgeous work.
Right.
And it seems like a natural if you think about it, with the fluidity of being a dancer and being able to do that other stuff too. And
totally different than Black Swan,
where that
totally
was
different.
A lot of dancing. This was dancing.
However, there was a little rivalry in there, you know,
Yeah.
with another dancer. So that was kind of interesting as well. And there's really good backstory there. I love the film. It was really.
Marianne Fortier had this to say.
I think White Swan is magnificent, and I'll tell you why.
Yes.
Because it has all of the emotion.
I want to be a ballerina. Just like you, Mommy. It's your favorite thing in the world.
All of the suspense. It's all of the just things that catch you in every movie.
Right.
Without the profanity.
Wow.
And you have every
and I've heard
single
so many
deep
comments
emotion.
from people, and that's another first one that I haven't heard tonight. That's good that it pulled
Well, you know,
that
Kirk,
way.
when we see movies lately, they think the more foul words you use, the
Right.
more intense the emotion they're going to get
Not
from the
necessary.
audience, right?
Yes.
Absolutely not necessary at all. As a matter of fact, the less use of it opens you up to being more receptive to what's going on in the show, because you're not borrowing that from maybe some that are just overly done and become offensive. So you start shutting out some of what you're seeing.
So why is White Swan not that formula cookie cutter that we see so much from Hollywood?
Well, I don't know. What is the formula cookie cutter other than a bunch of vulgar language?
Okay.
Okay, so this isn't.
Right.
But it's professional. It's got all of the wonderful attributes of the emotion and the dance and the beauty and the hope and the love and the romance and the killing and the, you know.
Amazing sound design, too.
You know, the video, yeah, the graphics, the sound design, everything from the makeup and everything. You'd think that these people were really getting beat up.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
And she
Especially
said
the scene where she did the
doesn't
karate
really kick them.
Right.
Now, really? Whoever's doing their makeup and whoever's doing all the editing and whoever's doing all the sound.
The timing even.
Look, her legs are lethal weapons, right? If I had legs like that, they'd be hiring me for the SWAT team or something.
And they'd probably have to insure them as they may have to insure her legs after
You know
this
what?
film.
They probably will.
Yeah, absolutely.
Along
Thank you
with
so
her
much.
jewelry.
John Harris was at the after party in Burbank at the Smokehouse and had this to say.
It was awesome. It was a delight. It was a pleasure. It moved rather fast, but not too fast. A nice tempo. And it was quite interesting and exciting. You know, good over evil.
Yeah.
The hero and the heroine, but it was in the beginning, not the end. But it was really fun watching the actress, Sofya.
It's really amazing watching someone who can do such beautiful dancing and then all of a sudden turn around and kick butt.
Kick some butt.
Seriously.
I mean, she was a pleasure to watch, but you could also feel her emotions.
Right.
She really had the emotion. She brought it to her part, which was really good. And she can play those parts where she was very loving and romantic, but then also, like you said, when she had to be tough in that prison, she got it done. And those guys in the truck, I'm glad she did them in.
Yes, yes. That split kick that took them both out is one that'll stick in my mind for a while.
Meet Michelle Fisher, producer, actress, and writer, who was at the after party of White Swan.
Oh my goodness, it was phenomenal. I was glued to it. The story is so gripping. She's just amazing in the film.
Absolutely.
And when I heard that she directed it too, I just could not believe it.
Right.
It was phenomenal, phenomenal.
So if somebody's looking for this film over some other, if they're looking at, I should go this film, why would they want to go see White Swan?
Oh, it's such a good story. It'll keep you glued. I mean, you care for this character so much, and you just want to see her get through. And it's an amazing action film. It's with a very good story.
There's the art, there's the martial arts. There's just like the full spectrum of arts and entertainment all the way into action drama.
Yeah, and I love the way that a ballerina, you know, it took the ballerina skills and made her a really cool fighter. It's just, she's a great character, and it was a beautiful film. I love that it was shot in Russia. It was just such a beautiful film, cinematography.
85% shot in Russia.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, I want to go there.
It's nice. Nice trip. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, man.
Hello everybody, my name is Katarina Lee Waters and I'm here on Actors Reporter with Kurt Kelly.
Welcome back to more coverage from the private after party at the Smokehouse of the White Swan private screening that took place on the Warner Brothers lot. And now, more from the after party. Meet Marina Erlova, actress and singer who was at the after party at the White Swan.
Tonight you saw White Swan, which is all about Moscow and Russia, where you come from. How true does this movie feel? Does it feel like real Moscow to you?
It's not really Moscow. Moscow, it's a little bit better. In this movie, Moscow was very unfriendly.
Well, but it was a Moscow of maybe 20, 30 years ago, is what the book was based on.
Yes, but I'm glad that here this theme about dance and Russian ballet, it's really great culture in the world, and it's very good that in this movie people really see how it's amazing in Russia. Yes.
And her dancing abilities, what do you think of that? What was your impression of her dancing?
What?
Her dancing.
It's very professional, I think, and I was very surprised that Sofya Skya can dance so professional and acting too. It's I never see actress who can do it really.
And she did all her own stunts in this film, which I thought was pretty amazing.
Robert Burton, voiceover artist and actor, is at the White Swan after party. Here's what he had to say.
I thought it was frigging fantastic. It was amazing. I like ballet.
What stuck out?
Well, because my wife
do ballet now?
Yes.
Okay.
Just, you know, well, now my wife forces me to watch ballet, or at least she did in the beginning, and it just became kind of a beautiful concept to me. So to see that, and then her take her graceful, exquisite form and terrorize people with it was amazing, and it was valid too. Some of the stuff I was like, wow. Amazing, the double kick across the face near the end for the dramatic effect.
Two guys, whoa!
I still can't believe it. I was really glad that I came out tonight.
Fabulous,
absolutely.
Meet Eric Karson, director extraordinaire of many action films, and here's what he had to say about Sofya Skya.
We're here at the after party for White Swan, which is art and it's chaos all at once. But you made an interesting remark when we were talking a few minutes ago about it. What you thought?
Well, my feeling was I've of course seen a lot of movies.
Yes, you have.
Seen a lot of action movies.
Done a lot of action movies.
Exactly.
Chuck Norris.
But I think one of the things that's the most impressive about this film, it has great production value and a good cast. And when you walk away from the movie, you say, I've never seen that movie before, because of the characters and the action in it.
Now, you've done how many films yourself over the years?
Well, I've done 40 martial arts pictures, advertising, production. I've been involved with that part of the industry for quite a while.
Why do you feel this one has something completely different, never done before?
It's what she does, how she does it, and what her character was prior to having to rely on that for survival.
I will get out of here somehow. Even if I have to break out of this prison, I will find you. And I'll get you back.
if it's a revenge movie, you know, you killed my brother, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to do this, I'm going to revenge the world against this. But with this, I walked out and I said, I've never seen that movie before.
Right.
And that is one of the most important things you can say in this business and in this town about a film.
It's amazing what can happen at after parties, and I see that Sofya is standing right behind you. Should we grab her over here for a second?
Hang on with me.
All right.
Sofya?
Come here. You know Eric Karson, right? He's done Jean-Claude Van Damme, he's done Chuck Norris.
I
Only
do
about
know
40
him.
major action films. He said something a moment ago that we both thought you should hear.
Yeah. What I said, here, wait a minute. I want her to stand in the middle.
All right.
They don't want to look at me.
All right.
Finest thing you can say about any movie in this town or in this business is, I've never seen that movie before. And that's what we have. I've never seen that movie before. I've never seen that plot line. It's interesting. The characters were rich. And you did special things in the movie that are going to make it stand apart in the industry. I tell you, you did a great job. But when you say, I've never seen that movie before, that's the thing that everybody in this business is looking for.
That's money. That's bank in this town.
Yeah, that's important.
How does that feel? I mean, to hear this from such a legend.
So we thank you for that. We thank you for that. It's great.
Yes, it feels really big and important for me that she just said, because I put a lot of feelings and things to it. So
you earned it. You earned it. You don't have to thank anybody. You went out there and you did it.
And it's my favorite thing to do. So thank you.
I think you two should do a film together.
I think so too.
Just a thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do really want to do action because
I see that.
That's very interesting to me, and it's
Your
so much
adrenaline
fun.
raises even when you talk about it. I see you just light up like a Christmas tree.
I like that because
we were just talking about why action movies travel all over the world.
Better than comedy, better than romance.
Comedy, dialogue, because you don't need the language to understand what's going on. And you do some wonderful physical things in terms of reflective looks and moments in the film that aren't dependent on dialogue. And that will translate to audiences and give access to you as a performer to audiences all over the world.
Here's a man you definitely must meet. A good friend of mine, Richard Valentine. Richard is very busy turning Moscow into a giant casino.
I love you.
Richard, please behave yourself.
Now I'm reinventing Russia in Sin City, in an empty lot between Paris, Venice, New York, and the pyramids.
So there's some key things in that. Don't know if you've reflected on all that because the film is only finished now, and you're just starting to put it out there. So, but you're going to, I think, find that people are going to be saying that to you, and they will sense what you're bringing to the moment.
Coming up, we'll meet Bill Gottlieb from the American Film Market, speaking about White Swan.
You're watching Actors Reporter. This is Eric Karson, an action director, and these guys know all about what's going on in town, believe me.
I'm Kurt Kelly from Live Video Inc. and Actors Reporter. Now more with our exclusive coverage of White Swan. And now we go to AFM.
I see you have a new film with Christian Slater coming on the radar.
Absolutely, and it is a fun one, and we are so thankful that our friends at Alberto Entertainment, who we've worked with in the past, chose to work with us.
Nice.
We enjoyed some very solid sales at the market here. It's a movie with a different spin to action.
Right.
A prima ballerina who can really kick it up. And Sofya Skya, who stars in this movie, this is she's done a number of things, including some television, episodic television. But this picture really is a good one for her. Good acting.
It looks like a suspense thriller.
Yeah, but on the surface, that's what it looks like. But when you dig in, take a look at the trailer, catch it on Facebook. White Swan is the name of the feature with Cole Hauser. Angus McFadyen, of course Sofya Skya and Christian Slater, and you've got a movie that really rocks along. Shot on location in Russia, Las Vegas, scenes shot there, high desert here in California. High production value, one of the few films around that we shot on 35 and now is, you know, available in DCP and HD Cam SR and everything else. But it really is a fun picture. And it truly has a European flair to it. And I think that's what the buyers were liking. It was something different. A bit of art, a bunch of action, and a dependable, solid entertainment.
I'm Kurt Kelly for Actors Reporter and Live Video Inc. Thanks for joining us for this special coverage of White Swan from the Burbank lot of Warner Brothers at a private screening, as well as the after party at the Smokehouse and special footage from the American Film Market.